When I was a child, my mother tried to hide me from a demon. From beneath a heap of blankets, I listened to the storm pass through. The forest groaned in the wind, hail rattled against the wood plank roof, and my mother huddled against me, telling me a fairy tale that I already knew by heart. Once upon a time, there lived a brave queen and her son, the handsome young prince. They lived in a cabin deep in the woods, because the brave queen had a terrible secret. The young prince's father was secretly a terrible demon. He could fool the rest of the world, but not the brave queen. She knew that while he looked and spoke like a man, he was really a demon in disguise. That's why she escaped from the palace with her young prince and hid him away someplace where the demon would never, ever find him. What did the demon look like? I always asked, even though I was as terrified as I was fascinated by the answer that was coming. Well, my mother began, her paws filled by a peal of thunder. His skin is as gray and rotten as an old dead tree. He has 6 fingers on each hand, and his nails are as sharp as hawthorn needles. His smile is as wide as a grinning deer's skulls, and when he opens his mouth, it's big enough to swallow a little boy whole. But nobody else can see it. To them, the demon is another person, just like you or me. He's very clever, and it wasn't easy for the brave queen and her handsome prince to get away. The demon hired wicked men to follow them, and the brave queen and her handsome young prince had to give up all the luxuries that they used to have in the palace. Several times, they were nearly caught. When that happened, they had to run away and leave everything behind. It wasn't easy, but the brave queen would have done anything in the world to be with her handsome young prince. The battering wind and rain were so loud that I could barely hear my mother's voice, but it didn't matter. I could feel her warmth. I snuggled against her and fell asleep. I saw the demon for the first time the next morning, or at least, I thought I did. My mother and I were collecting mushrooms by the creek when the hair on the back of my neck suddenly stood on end. I was being watched. I could feel it. I looked frantically around for my mother,